That's a very hacky way to get the first 1,000 users.
All of this was planned out, and it's part of the experimentation. Ask me the question. Do it. Hi, you're listening to the Data Room podcast, where we build Team-GPT in public. My name is Iliya, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Team-GPT. I also teach 1.3 million people online on the topics of data science and AI. Today, I'm here with Moni from our team.
Hi, I'm Simona. I'm the head of product at Team-GPT, and I'm on top of everything that's in progress right now.
Simona is not only the head of product, she's a product marketer, and this is a very, very important position nowadays, especially when we talk about marketing.
Yeah, that's the episode today. Okay, just a little bit about what you're listening to. Data Room is a limited series where we are going to bring you inside of Team-GPT, inside of the room where everything happens. We're going to talk about what we've done so far, where we're going, what we're planning to do in the next few months, 2 years, and hopefully in the next 10 years. Today's episode is focusing on our marketing and sales effort. And I'm going to pass it back to you. Do you want to give us a little bit of an overview of first what Team-GPT is, how it started, and what we have done?
Absolutely. Team-GPT is a collaborative platform where companies between 2 and 2,000 people adopt AI for their work. With Team-GPT, companies like Maersk, EY, Shift4, Johns Hopkins University, Yale University, they're able to privately, 100% privately adopt GPT technologies for their work. Check us out on teamgpt.com. But at this episode, we're going to be talking about marketing. And I was thinking about this. How do you start this episode? And I remember I was in university. I graduated in finance. And there was this guy who now is one of my good friends. He said, it's all about marketing. And I'm like, this guy's like crazy. He doesn't know what he's saying. And the more I'm doing business, the more I'm realizing it's all marketing and sales. So I think this is a very, very important episode. And I myself, I'm technical. I have, created these courses on the topics of mathematics, statistics, data science, deep learning, deep neural networks, all of these things. And the more time is passing by, the more I'm becoming a marketer. And you, as my co-host here, you are the head of marketing at this startup where we managed to reach 2.5 million students overall.
Yeah.
More than 1 million people have found us on and have come to our website. And I think it's going to be a very interesting conversation where both of us know. What's your background first?
My background is in... So I've been jumping from startup to startup for the past 8 years now. So my background is in a lot of things, but I focused on marketing in the first startup that we were together, 365 Data Science, and I basically did that for about 4 years. We built the whole marketing funnel. We tried a lot of things. We failed a lot of times. We were successful a lot of the times. So we learned a lot really quickly. Then I went into management, like people management, process management, project management, and build up that skill set. I've also built a product from start to finish at the 365 Data Science. It was a learning management platform where we hosted all of our courses. It was a really interesting project. And that's how I found my love of product as well. But the fact remains that I'm still an experienced and good marketer that is thinking about the product and that wants to underpin marketing with product and vice versa, right? So that is my background.
And you're also a psychologist.
And that's further back, yeah.
Yeah, you graduated in psychology, right?
Yes.
It's an important bit of marketing as well.
I'm a people person.
Okay.
An important bit of marketing as well, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, when you were coming in the team, you came for the product
That,
role.
yeah, that's how you brought me in.
Yeah, but to me, it was crucial that you're a marketing person, or you've done a lot of marketing, and you understand, the customer journey, how we should approach the customers, how we should communicate with the
Mm.
customers. This is so key when you're creating a product. You need to communicate everything you're doing. You make a tiny change, you have to communicate it. If you communicate well, you will have great results in terms of product, and communicating is generally a marketing
Yeah.
skill. So yeah, very exciting. In terms of Team-GPT, you had a question for me which I absolutely disregarded. So can you ask the
Yeah,
question
no, I
once
was
again?
wondering. So I think it would be really nice to set the scene by talking about the very beginning of Team GPT, how it got traction in the beginning,
Cool. Okay.
right? What were
Okay.
the initial marketing steps or like sales steps that you took? Because I joined the team a little bit later.
Okay. Yeah. So I've said this in other places as well, but I read this book, The Write It, Pre to Type It, and the whole point there was, if you have an idea, build a landing page first, and take the temperature of the market, see if
Mm.
people want to buy it or not buy it. And the guy there was explaining, you have definitely been on a website, you go to the landing page, you try to pay, and something breaks.
Mm.
Usually these are called fake doors, and people are basically testing the idea. And when we started Team GPT, that's what we did. It was a Saturday. We had the idea and everything. Maybe I will skip this for now. But in terms of marketing, I built the minimum viable website in
Mm.
4 hours on WordPress. And this is crucial when you're starting a new thing, when you're marketing something. Pick a tech stack, pick a technology you know well, and you can execute fast. So I picked WordPress because I'm well versed in it. I built it in 4 hours, and I built the minimum I could do. All of the text, everything, it was done with ChatGPT. I did a basic keyword research
Yeah.
in Ahrefs, and and the things that I was researching were, so TeamGPT is a collaborative platform. So it was collaborate in ChatGPT, ChatGPT collaborating GPT 3.5, collaborating GPT 4.
Yeah.
There were 10, 15 words. I found the ones that had the highest search intent and search volume, and I built the whole copy of this landing page and later the first 5 pages of the website around these keywords.
Yeah.
I did this basic SEO optimization. I was not hoping for anything, but in fact, this picked up very quickly. And actually, we had our first sale 3 days after the website was
Yeah.
up, because we were the only product online which was allowing you to collaborate in ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And we made our first sale on the third day from someone who found us organically.
Yeah.
Now, the name here is very key,
That's
Team
what I was
GPT.
going to say. Yeah, they found you because of the SEO, and also the branding is really, really strong and like
Yes,
intent heavy, right?
yes. And when you're picking a name, there are different strategies, but if you can have a name which is explaining what you're doing inside the name, go for it. There's no better thing than this. This is helping for the SEO quite a bit, and right now SEO is bringing more than half of our signups. We're having 1,500 people, 1,500 people every day come to our website from Google search, and SEO is the hardest channel to build,
Yeah.
and we built it from the first day. So I'm very, very excited about the future, because SEO only accumulates, it only gets better. It's very hard to get worse, especially if you're doing more good stuff.
Mm.
So
So
this was,
SEO is like that's not a very growth hacky way to go about it. SEO is one of the slow channels, right? But
stupid idea. Don't
Yeah.
do it. I don't recommend doing SEO. So don't do this at home. Don't do this at home, people. But we had a cool name. It was very, very early on in this new industry, and SEO worked very well for us. I do not recommend that you start with SEO. On the contrary, it is the last thing you should do.
Yeah.
But I was experimenting, and this is very key for this whole conversation. When you're building a startup, you never know what's gonna work, and you start experimenting. I did all the good steps. I did the keyword research, took me 5 minutes. I did the website, took me 4 hours. I did these things. I was not counting on the SEO, but I did my best effort to test it. Yeah, and it worked. And we doubled down, and we started paying actually about $8,000 per month for SEO very early on. This was our first major expenditure. I found one of the best SEO guys, the best SEO guy I have seen online. I knew him for years, and I just reached out and I said, listen, man, I have this SEO opportunity. I did the bare minimum, and it is catching up. We have to team up together and build this. So he joined in September, and he started helping us out. Now he's a part of the core team, and I'm super happy.
Yeah,
John Ozu-sao, amazing guy. And so SEO was a very good channel. It will continue being one of the pillar channels for Team-GPT. And but SEO itself is just a part of it.
Yeah.
And going back, in the beginning, you need to do a couple of things. First of all, pre-launch. I cannot stress this enough. When you're launching a new project or a new product or a new feature or something, you want to be able to talk about it for as long as possible. And it's not about sending one email. It's not about sending 2 emails or something. This is what people think. Oh, I launched this project. No. You want to talk about it for a long time. And it's like, I'm thinking about launching this thing. Then I'm making my first steps about launching the thing. Here's a selfie of me doing this. Then I'm pre-launching for whoever is interested. Alpha testers, beta testers, almost beta, private beta, public beta, all of these things. These create a hype. People are interested. It creates scarcity. All of these things are important for marketing. But our launch campaign was maybe a month and a half long. And it was always like, we're thinking about this. I associated myself with the project on LinkedIn. I started telling people about it. I was documenting this pre-launch, launch. The price started from $19 one time payment. For back then we were just a wrapper for chat-gpt. So you take the people would take the OpenAI API key, and they would have a collaborative environment. And we were charging them $19 one time payment.
Very early on.
First, this was the first price. Then $29, then $39, then $49, then $10 per month for a team of 10, then $20 per month. And every time we increase the prices, it creates scarcity, creates buzz, and this is also important. So all of this was planned out, and it's part of the experimentation. I don't know the right price of the product, so we have to test it. If they buy like crazy, it's too cheap. This is
fair. Actually, at my old company, we got it at at the first lifetime price that you had announced.
You bought it for $19.
Lifetime. No, that's just goes to show that it worked. We believed in the we bought your story because you were doing you had already started building out your personal brand in line with Team-GPT and like marketing it on LinkedIn, and we bought the story, and we just bought the product as well, and now it's I believe it's still used.
Thank you. Well, so what we were doing back then, we were using our expertise for the SEO, monetizing on, capitalizing on these existing distribution channels, LinkedIn. At this point, I had 4,000 or 5,000 followers on LinkedIn, and I doubled down on this. And when you're starting out, you have to make some bets, especially if you have some kind of existing distribution channel. You have to do it. We had some emails from past projects. We sent a blast, and this was important. But in the beginning, it's always scrappy. It's always about how much you can hack your way into 1,000 users.
Yeah, growth hacking.
Growth hacking. Yeah. And it's about the first 10 users, then the first 100, then the first 1,000. We reached 1,000 users in 1 month.
Nice.
So
yeah.
we hacked a lot of it. And I would say we've been hacking it all for 1 year now.
Yeah. That's what it feels like. There are a couple of hacky things that we did together. But very early on, you started a lifetime deal campaign, right? That's a very hacky way to get the first 1,000 users, to validate the product, to get feedback from the customer, the user.
Yeah, lifetime deals, the best way to validate a product very quickly. It's very easy to make people pay you $20 one time. And usually they're early adopters. They're very compassionate. I don't know. They kind of care about you, and they want to help you out. They want to be the early adopters. They want to co-innovate. They want to give their feedback. These people are great, amazing. Thank you so much to our early adopters who saw every single bug that we went through. They reported it. They have been our QAs for a long time. We didn't have a QA for the first 6 months, so it was just users telling us about the problems they were having.
Yeah.
So QA, initial validation, co-innovation, they tell us what they want, they tell us what they need, and we listen.
Yeah.
Very first campaign, Nicola and Katya, they performed it. We called Sampath, our friend from Singapore, who we had worked with in the past, and we said, Sam, listen, you have to help us out. We're launching this. You have 2 weeks to prepare the campaign. He did it, and we reached 1,000 users very quickly thanks to Sam.
Nice.
Back to back with this, we launched on AppSumo as well, which is the biggest marketplace online for lifetime deals. We launched with AppSumo, and actually in the first 5 days of the deal, we made about $10,000. It was very, very exciting times. It was Sumo Day, that's how they call it. So yeah, and we started hacking our way into this. Now, when I reached out to you, you said you want to do product, but you are a great marketer. So I had 2 things in mind. Okay, I take Moni and I can use her skills in several ways. 2 of the things I wanted to do were the emails.
Yeah.
And then we did one of my favorite campaigns, the 100 video campaign. I really want to talk about these 2. The geniuses.
It is it's pretty genius, I think.
Okay, let's talk about it. What was so genius about this
the 100 pieces.
Yeah.
The 100 video pieces campaign. That was a really cool top of the funnel campaign to reach a lot of people. So basically the idea was, let's record 100 snippets, video snippets of questions and answers where it looks like we're in a podcast setting, so people would want to tune in to watch the next thing, to learn something else. It would be very topical. We would put these short video snippets on social. We can reuse them for, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. You're posting them on LinkedIn as well.
Ads
as well. Yeah, there's just a lot of content from this one campaign that we did, and we actually shot it in this studio with the current team that's shooting with us. And we did it for 6 hours. We did it for 6 hours, and then we've been using it ever since.
6 hours, 2 days,
Yeah, but they were 2 half days.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it was more than 6 hours.
Okay, 8 hours. It's not more than 8 hours.
Okay.
I've been tracking how I spend my time, so this one is about 8 hours. Anyway, so we did that one, and we have been using those videos ever since. We did that in August, so it's been 7 months that we've had content that we can post on social, and people, because the content is targeted, like we are not posting random things, it's not random chat-gpt memes or anything like that. It's actually a funny story. We tried that and it's not very successful.
Memes.
Memes, yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I
Uh,
hate memes. Sorry. Sorry.
no, we have one of our co-founders. He's Yavor. We talk about him in another episode. Um, he's a young guy. He's very hip, and he wanted to try memes. So like we plugged in a few memes that he had created. They were not very successful, but it also goes to show that why this campaign was so successful, and it was successful because it was targeted. We were talking about ChatGPT, Team-GPT, how to use ChatGPT at work, for work, and it was reaching the people who are actually interested in that topic, and they come and check out the product afterwards, and it's a really effective way to educate a lot of people who have no idea. They've
Mm-hmm.
just heard about AI, like they're hearing about it everywhere, but we are answering some crucial questions and they get hooked. They want to learn more.
Yeah, and the key thing here, you said it, but you didn't emphasize it,
Oh, the
was
mock
that
podcast?
we didn't talk about Team GPT there.
Right.
We talked about AI
Yeah.
and ChatGPT. We did have one or two things about Team GPT, but the whole point was we were positioning ourselves as the experts we are.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
are
yeah.
the experts in the field by having these conversations and helping, genuinely bringing value to the people rather
Yeah.
than selling product.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you said top of the funnel. Can you explain what does top of the sorry? Can you explain what top of the funnel means for anyone who's not a
Uh,
marketer?
yeah, top of the funnel, that's basically a lot of uneducated people who have not heard about you. That's the people that you can reach that might have an interest in your product if they're approached in the right way, right? That is the market that you can reach. They're not engaged, they don't want to buy yet, they don't know what this is about, but you have to kind of start introducing either a problem to them that you have a solution to, or the solution itself already, if you understand what the problem is that they have. It's really not activated, not engaged people. Those are just passers-by, right? So like
Yes.
if you're a shop on the street, and you have, or like a restaurant on the street, and you have your menu outside, this is kind of top of funnel. You would be catching the passers-by that did not intentionally look for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good explanation. So in this realm, so far we talked about selling stuff with these third party partners and the lifetime deals. This is very very bottom of the funnel, where when they're about to buy, bottom of the funnel. And the funnel is this funnel. They start from the top, from they don't know they have a problem. They go through a bunch of steps. These people that find us on through SEO, these guys, they search for collaborating ChatGPT.
Yeah.
This is not top of the funnel. This is already a bit down, middle to
Yeah,
bottom.
they're already using ChatGPT in one way, and we're trying to introduce. They're looking for another way to use it with their team specifically, right?
Yes. So what we did was, in April we started growth hacking. In July we recorded these videos, which are very top of the funnel.
Yeah, July.
Yeah, 22nd of July, I think.
Yeah, I said August, but July.
Yeah, we shot them there. We shot for 2 days 100 video snippets, and we started posting them every day. Top of the funnel, and we were already me and you, as experienced marketers, we were already building the funnel.
Yeah.
And this funnel needs to have all of these touch points which are important for new people. And your first task actually after this was to create the email, the automated emails for our product. So whenever a new person signs up, they would receive a series of emails.
Yeah.
The first version I think I built myself, and it was like 2, 3, 5 emails, which were like horribly boring and short.
Yeah, they were okay though. They had content. They had usable content. I stepped on those emails when I was building the nurture. I think that's what we can call it. It's a nurturing email sequence, email funnel.
So tell me about this. So I knew that you're the right person for the job. I don't know anyone who is better than you at this job, creating the emails and nurturing the people well. So tell me, how did you think about this, and what were you trying to achieve? 3 months after we have a product, we have about 3,000, 4,000 users. We're starting to grow. And how were you thinking about the proper way to send emails, and what were you trying to achieve?
So we actually, you and I, if you remember, we talked about it, and there are a couple of different paths that you can take with nurturing people. You can nurture them and just educate them, show them how to interact with the software, introduce if it's a novel software that they don't know how to use, if it's, and we are an AI startup, it's a very new field, and we don't necessarily know how people use the software. That would be if we build a funnel that has a lot of emails that have educational content, it would be an educational nurture. We could also go into the direction in which we want to sell the product, ask them to upgrade to get the pro on the pro plan or anything like that. So when you and I talked about it, we came to the conclusion that right now, because the industry is so new, because the product is so novel, the best way that we can bring value to our users is by teaching them, empower them how to use Team-GPT in their team. So we build a funnel that it's already, it's like it's in the middle of the funnel, right? It's not top of the funnel. They're already testing it. I would not say that this is a bottom of the funnel content that we have created, but
what you mean is you're not trying to upsell them.
I'm
you're
not
not
trying to upsell them. No,
make money. You're helping them.
Yeah, just bringing value to the user that's currently inside of the platform. And we built a really long funnel that is full of content and resources and our own expertise advising users how to bring their teams together. And a really important one, how to get everybody on the team to start adopting AI, right? Because usually our users at that early stage, those were the very early adopters of chat-gpt. They had already tested it and tried it out, and they knew that they want to bring their team in there, right? But there's a crucial gap in that process, and that is that not everybody on their team was excited about using chat-gpt for work, at their work. They didn't know how to go about it, like the very fundamentals. So we needed to teach both the new users, right, who are coming in and they don't know what to do with ChatGPT, how to use it, how to get value from the software. And we also needed to empower the team leads who initially bought the software, how to help their team adopt it. And it was like, so that's the content that we built, and that's the value that we tried to bring to our users. And once they started adopting it, once they started using Team-GPT, they very naturally, without us being pushy in any way, they upgraded and they brought more people in because they saw the value of using GPT for work, at work. And that's how we approach the funnel.
Yeah, and other businesses, when you have someone who is enthusiastic and then they invite their team, they call this product-led growth.
Yep.
And we were practically doing this. We were focusing on increasing the number of users on the platform, and not on making more money. Making more money was a consequence of
exactly
adding more users.
Yeah.
So to me, this was a crucial step. You came in and you made these super beautiful emails. I love them so much. Every time I look at the emails, I love them. And I think it's very professional.
Yeah, we need to revamp them now.
Of course. The perfectionist in you cannot.
No, it's the cycle. We know more things now, so we have to revamp them again.
This is very important. Yeah, when you were talking, I was thinking only a true marketer can think about the customer journey and the customer well enough. They always say, think about your ideal customer, think about your target customer, and this is what they mean. you put yourself in the shoes of the customer, and you're like, our guys are trying to empower their teams, and we are going to help them.
Yeah.
And to me, this is good marketing. So
It
good
is. We
job.
still get replies to those emails, and people engage with the content of the emails as well. Like they reach out
They
about like
reply, yes, they
30
really reply.
35% of the emails that we get in, they're support emails, but they come in as replies to the emails that we send out because we introduce an idea and they do want to learn something more, like it sparks
Mm.
something different in them. So it works. It's a good nurture.
Helping
I
people
think.
works.
Yeah, helping people works.
It's true.
We're not a business. Altruism.
There
It's a
should
mix.
be a fine balance. You want to make money, you want to make profit, but at the same time you want to help the users. And if you're going in either extreme,
Mm.
helping too much but not making money, or making money but not helping enough, both of these are bad, and there should be a fine balance.
Yeah, not sustainable in the long term, right? That's
Mm,
the idea.
yeah. Okay. What we're starting to do here, are building the funnel. I'm
We are.
feeling
We
this. Yeah.
accidentally built the funnel as we were doing our activities. I mean, not accidentally. We knew where we wanted to go. What were the milestones or the key touch points that we had to address?
Yeah,
But
yeah. So we knew that we have to build the funnel. We knew that there are many important concepts. One of the easiest ways to explain it, in my opinion, is the 7 touch points rule, or I don't know if it's a rule or something, but you want someone to hear about you from 7 different
mm,
places, and to have 7 different touch points with your content. And this is proper content marketing. By the way, we talked about SEO. SEO is practically content. We talked about these videos. It is content. We talked about these emails that are helping. This is content.
mm-hmm.
We're very, very good at content marketing. We believe that content is king, and people stick with you because of the different content that you create. And this content could be emails, could be written text, could be videos, could be short videos, could be podcasts. This is the type of content we're
Mm-hmm.
creating right now, and different people consume different types of content. And if you want to have more touch points, you have to create more types of content. And this is, to me, a crucial realization, which is what are the 7 touch points, right, for us right now. So you can find us on Instagram, and these videos that we talked about, 100 videos, we have 7,000 followers on Instagram. I have never done anything related to
Yeah.
Instagram. We shot the videos, and the guys that shot the videos, they're also managing the posting, and we have 7,000 followers without touching the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so short videos. We have ads, retargeting ads. This was one of the first things I did, by the way. Retargeting ads are extremely cheap, and many people don't realize this, but you can just for $5 per day, you can show yourself multiple times to the people that have been to your website.
Hmm.
No, for 10,000, 20,000 people per month, it costs $50, something like this. It's extremely cheap. So definitely you have to do the retargeting. So what did we do? Short videos, retargeting, emails, third touch point, LinkedIn, fourth touch point. If you can find the clients on LinkedIn, add them to LinkedIn, and then you continue posting. This is another touch point. And what other touch points do we have with them? So far, four touch points. Google is another touch point. So if you can do it in a way in which they organically find you on Google for something different than your product name,
Mm.
another touch point, and this is this seals the deal usually.
Yeah.
Organic.
Mm-hmm.
But we've been working on increasing the number of touch points, and all of them should be a bit different, so they can be nurtured better.
Mm.
And
I think another one is all the events that we go to. We talk
Mm.
about Team-GPT a lot in events, and other people now that are using Team-GPT completely organically are starting to talk about Team-GPT at other conferences. I showed you a picture, I think in September. It was
Mm.
a super random person from like my network in the States. They were at a conference, and that person was presenting Team-GPT as a solution for other teams to start adopting chat-GPT. That was
Mm.
totally unprompted. It was sent from a friend to me.
We had more than one of these. You know
For
what?
sure, for
We
sure.
should create a kit
A media kit,
presentation
yeah.
kit, like media kit, but something that helps people like this present our software,
Yeah.
create the slides for them, and just send it over.
Yeah,
We have
marketing ideas.
Yes, yes, we have to empower the people to be able to do this.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's another touch point, and it also works very well for our local market because we are very active in all the events, either AI or business events that are happening, and that's one way that we're also getting types of clients that we still haven't talked about, which is enterprise clients, right? So you introduced Team-GPT in the beginning, and you mentioned privacy, but this extra privacy, that is something that a very specific type of our users want, and those are usually the enterprise clients, and that's a touch point for them as well. They hear about us, they talk to us, they interact, they meet you, they meet our other co-founders as well,
Mm-hmm.
and it so quickly seals the deal for them, that specific touch point. I think it's
Which one?
live conferences,
Live. Ah,
seeing the product.
nothing beats life. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
life is very important. It's an incredible touch point. You have to go around, you have to show yourself, you have to meet the clients. You know, one of my favorite guys on LinkedIn, and I met
Is
with
it
him.
Casey Hill?
Casey Hill. Casey Hill. He's in active campaign right now, but he was in Bonjoro before. He's a professor at San Diego University,
Yeah.
I think, and amazing guy. So what he said was, he was intentionally going to meet clients live at their offices, and this skyrocketed revenue. So he made these campaigns. So this was this is very important. A live contact. If they see you, if they feel you, if you vibe in some way live, this is very important. That's why I'm getting in so many meetings with clients still, because they want to meet you, and this is how they trust you.
Yeah.
And
that's why you build in public as well. Like that's the whole. It feels like I know for a fact that this is your whole shtick, right? Like you
Shtick.
don't.
It's the spiel.
Okay, fine. But you
Yeah.
don't. You don't market yourself. You are yourself. You're just being very open about what you're doing, and that
Yeah.
creates a lot of content, a lot of relatable content, a lot of content that gives people an insight into where you are right now, what you're struggling with, as well as what you're aiming for in the future.
Yeah, building in public. I've seen other people build in public. It is very inspiring. I have loved it, and I have always wanted to build in public. I was lucky enough to start this project well, so I can build a compelling story. And Ilku, one of the co-founders, he told me, why don't you start building in public? And then I'm like, okay, what am I good at? I'm good at writing. As they sing in Hamilton, why do you write like you're running out of time? I write a lot of text. I can, you know very well,
I know.
I can push out so much text, so much thought on paper.
Man, when
digital.
we were starting working together, the first month after you joined, like that was back in 2017. That was like my second month, and you joined 365 Data Science, created it actually, co-founded it, and you started writing like crazy for like 4 hours a day. I was still a very junior person, like fresh out of university, writing blog articles. I was competing with you nonstop. I was like, you were making me feel bad just by the sheer amount of content that you were pushing out.
Yeah, so when I don't know, it's some kind of a gift. I have seen that, because I've managed a content team more than once, and I've managed many people creating content which is not only, generic blog articles, but very very technical stuff that are highly specialized. Create risk modeling, convolutional neural networks, recurrent neural, all of these things. So I was measuring not only the output that I can do, but what the output that others can do, and I was seeing that most of the people were pushing out similar amount of content. I was pushing 2-3 times more
Yeah.
content than them. Then I realized I spend a lot of my time outside of work structuring my thoughts, going through these, cycles of what do I want to say, how do I want to structure it. I say it to one person, second person, third person. I flip the story every time so that I can see which story is more suitable, which story sticks with this person. What was it clear enough if I say it in this way? And when you've done it several times, many times, and you have this educational aptitude that I have, it's very easy to then put it out on paper.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm doing. I'm never writing. I'm not the kind of guy who sits on the computer and I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna write about, and I start spitting out content. I've done it, but true good content, you think about and then you make it. And immediately I'll give you an example. The online course, I know you're gonna ask me about it at some point.
Yeah, just glancing at the notes, I was about to ask you.
The online course, how did I ask me the question? Do it.
No, I just wanted to bring the conversation back on topic, and that was growth hacking, building the funnel. And an important step in that funnel is the course that we're doing, right? So we are at Team-GPT, we're solving two kinds of problems. We're solving the collaboration problem, which is how you introduced Team-GPT in the beginning. And then I mentioned that we're also helping adoption. We're educating, empowering people to start using GPT at work for work, right? That's a big barrier to entry in our industry as well. So you created a course, right?
Yes.
And the idea of that course was, and I'm passing it to you.
Yeah. Okay. So I started with this, but I have to say it again. So I teach 1.3 million people online on the topics of data science and AI. My first job as a co-founder of 365 Data Science was to build a holistic program, the 365 Data Science program, which was how to become from zero to data scientist. And I built and it was this statistics, mathematics, Python programming, R programming. You created the course on R.
Yeah, I remember.
Machine learning, deep learning, and it was this journey which takes a person from literally no knowledge to someone who can code deep neural networks. And so I would say I'm very good at this. And as we are starting, ChatGPT comes around, and ChatGPT is built on top of deep neural networks. So this is literally the thing I understand extremely deeply. On a mathematical level, I have proved these concepts on paper in China when I was studying mathematics, pure math in China. And I have very deep understanding of this. And then the technology comes around, and I start seeing that people are not getting it. And the educator in me is just like, I need to show this one and the next one. And I recorded 1 or 2 videos where I was showing people, and then I'm like, sooner or later somebody has to create a good course on it. I know my colleagues at 365 will create good courses on the topic, but nobody was tackling this problem from the right angle. I from my perspective, right, as an educator. And to me, this online course first was inevitable to be created sooner or later. Even if it was not commercialized, I would create a guide. I was helping people, and everybody was like, Iliya, how do you use ChatGPT? Here's the course, watch it. And I don't have time to explain to every single person. This was the first thing. Second, this is my competitive advantage. I am better. I'm really objectively better at than many of the people in the world at explaining AI concepts in a good and easy way. So I needed to do it. And the third thing was marketing, right? We're talking about this marketing, and I was thinking a lot about marketing and how to do this well, and what are the best ways to do it. And it fit the funnel in several ways. First, acquisition. We already had the distribution networks, so people knew me for being this educator guy. I built a course. It is free on YouTube, and anybody can get the course. So this was a very important top of the funnel activity. Even if people don't need our software, they need the course, and the course was made to work in chat-gpt, Team-GPT, Google Bard, now Gemini, and so on. So it is about how to talk with the AI, and not about Team-GPT. Now, the not genius, but borderline genius, yeah, bit was when we managed to put it inside the platform and make it interactive. We call it ChatGPT for Work, the interactive course. Inside Team-GPT, this course is a part of the product. Every new person who signs up, they see the course, it is free for them, they go through the course, they learn how to use ChatGPT, they learn how to use the AI, they trust us even more, and trust is fundamental, we are the experts in the field, and they see it for real that we understand what we're talking about. And the best bit, they learn to use the product in the process. So you come in, we taught you to use the AI, we taught you to use the product, and the product is pretty good. So people just stick.
Yeah.
In these touchpoints that we talked about, online course, another touchpoint, they see us in a different light as deep experts in this field. And every time I say, oh, I teach 1.3 million students, and the team is always joking with me, my favorite is when someone says, hey, 1.3 million students, do you want some coffee? And I'm like, guys, stop joking with me. I have to build this trust in the company, and every time I have to it's called ethos. I have to build the ethos. I'm doing it for me, but also for the whole company, and I have to introduce myself in this way. But then going through the course, you see, yes, this guy knows what he's talking about. How did I create the course? I started talking about this, but now I have to come back to this. I was taking notes for months. I was taking notes, noting down for many months, many different notes on what are the important things for me to include in this course. I did not create the course immediately. I needed to understand the technology. I created it 6 months after I started using the technology. I understood the technology, understood the pain points, understood the customers, what did people need, what was hard for the people. And my initial plan was 120 lectures, 120. And my question was, okay, I don't have time to create 120 lectures, although this is the proper way to do a course. How do I make the minimum viable course? How do I make the minimum number of lectures? I want people to watch no more than 1 hour of content. And I was like thinking about this for, I would say, at least a month. What is the right angle through which this course should be created? And in the end, it became this course about feeling, not about learning stuff, but about feeling what it means to be AI enabled. And it's interactive, it's very immersive, I would say, and serves many different marketing purposes as well. The whole course is on YouTube, free for everybody. We're retargeting with the course, we're prospecting with the course, so we're running ads in the wild about the course. I'm using it on LinkedIn. Also, it's inside the platform. It is on the website. All the text of the course is on the website in written form, so it's also driving SEO stuff. And this brings me to the point: reuse, reduce, recycle. Use the same content multiple times. This thing we're creating right now, it will be posted as video, audio, text, everything. Whatever you create, you have to post in every possible way. I'll stop here, but I
you got excited about the course.
I got excited about the course because I'm excited about education.
Yeah.
Now, Moni, what do you think
Nerd.
about the marketing funnel? Let's go back to this. We're talking about the sales and marketing, and
No,
where
I
does the
have
course
questions.
fit in the funnel? Wow, I drink some water, please.
Now you drink some water, but I'm going to step away from the topic about the course. It fits in the funnel in several places. We can look at the funnel from the two different points, right? We can look at it from the top and we can look at the funnel from the bottom. So the course has a role both in the journey from top of the funnel to getting down to the bottom, but it also has a role if you're like somebody like an enterprise deal, for example, like if you're an enterprise client, for example, and you're not ready to jump to the enterprise plan, you can get. I don't wanna get ahead of myself, so I'm just gonna set the scene.
Ask about the enterprise people. I'll tell you.
No, so I will ask about the enterprise people. Here's the thing. So far, we have been talking about the marketing of one type of the self-serve product mostly, right? So like in Team-GPT, you can come in, you can sign up, you can invite your team. This is all driven by you. This is decisions that you make for your team, so on and so forth.
Product-led growth.
Yeah.
Online
then,
course, education-led growth.
Yeah.
And what is it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What's the term? Is it sales-led growth?
We call it sales-led.
Yeah, it's sales-led.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's this other type of client that wants a different type of what we're offering as a product for their specific company needs. They want extra privacy. They're prepared to launch it to a much bigger audience of people, right? They are prepared to onboard thousands of people on the product so that they can adopt the AI in their enterprise, in their company, corporation, whatever we want to call it. And they're looking for different things. And the way that we approach those people, the way that we sell to those people and market to those people is very different than the way that we sell and market to SMBs or like small to medium businesses, right, that are coming to the self-serve product. And this is where we're going to talk about where the course, we can go back to where the course fits into that funnel, but it's a second funnel. Essentially it's a different funnel a little bit.
Yes. Yes and no. So the thing is, they overlap. And the reason why let's talk about the enterprise first. Back in June, 2 months after we started, we said this product collaborates in chat-gpt. It cannot be $1 billion idea. So if we want to exist in the long run, we need to find a market, a niche which is better. And for us, this was the enterprise niche. We had a hypothesis that many companies around the world would want to use LLMs, large language models, such as ChatGPT, but have private data on their own servers and be able to use many different models, which are not by OpenAI, not by Google, but their own models. And this became the enterprise hypothesis. We had, by the way, 10 different hypotheses, educational institutions, training companies, a bunch of stuff. And
I still believe in the possibility that we might chase some of those if we have the right resources
funding.
At our disposal. Funding,
yeah,
yes.
This is important. We need funding to experiment.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, if we don't get funding we cannot experiment. We have to focus on the best stuff. And yeah, with the enterprise, what we saw was, well, they found us on their own.
Yeah.
Either we built the landing page. Again, guys, fake door, definitely. Enterprise page is up and running since August, I think. Wow, enterprise was still a hypothesis. And we said, deploy Team-GPT on your own server. We couldn't deploy it. There was no way to do it.
Yeah, we did not have the technical backup to do that.
Yes, but we went. But in September, the first major company with 400,000 employees.
Let me say that again.
Worldwide.
400,000 employees.
They came to us and they said, what you're offering is the best solution out there for our needs. We want to deploy it on our own servers, and we want to work with you. And the reason why they wanted it was, first they went through the funnel, they got the product, they invited their team, and this is the bottom up approach. And I want to underline this. Our existing product is very important because teams, no matter how big is the organization, you can come from a big enterprise, you come in, you see the product you're gonna get, you get hooked, and then you tell your boss, this is the best product out there. So this is an important bit of our funnel for the enterprise. And this guy comes and he's like, okay, I'm one of the decision makers, I want your software on our servers, and we'll pay you a lot of money to do it. And we went through the full enterprise sales cycle with these guys, starting in September when we weren't ready for this. But then Jeku jumped in, started ghostwriting these emails. And I remember at the end of the negotiations, the guy said how impressed he was with the level of enterprise negotiations that we have. And this built a lot of trust. Building in public built a lot of trust. He said, I know your financials, I know your team, I know everything about you, and I know how committed you are. You're an expert, you're trying to be a thought leader.
Yep.
You do the education. And he said it's the full package, and this is what they want. They want every touch point with the enterprise is about trust. They need to trust you. They need to know you're genuine. You don't have anything to hide. You don't have any hidden thoughts. Oh, I'm gonna screw them up or something like this. No, they want to work with someone who might not be perfect, but is upfront about everything. And this helps them make good decisions and defend their decisions in front of other decision makers. And truth is, we will become perfect when we get the funding and we can build, we can start spending money on polishing the details and not only on gaining more traction in these things. But enterprise, very important to go. It was very important to go through the full sales cycle. And by the way, enterprise sales, very interesting. Jeku taught me all the stuff.
But you shared your process recently in one of the Slack channels. It was literally written on a receipt on a napkin. Do you want to share? I mean, I understood your process, but do you want to discuss it just in a little bit?
Okay, so it's all about closing the deal. Now, you want to close the deal, and this is the premise from the first day. You enter in a call and you want to close the deal, and you want to close it as quickly as possible. Now, this is the main idea. And now the question is, how do you close the deal? What do you need to do to be able to sign a contract and get them? So before you have money in the bank, nothing is final. So to get money in the bank, let's reverse engineer it. To get money in the bank, you need to sign a contract. To sign a contract, you need to have all of the details written inside the contract. To have all the stuff written in the contract, you have to explicitly say them. And this is the key with enterprise. There is not a single thing which should be missing. And on this napkin, what I said was the first time, so I start talking to these guys, and then from the moment I send them an offer, I start closing. And after the offer, I have to follow up, and this is moving ahead. I have to find the decision makers. So who do I need to convince? I have to identify who do I need to convince. I need a timeline of when are things gonna happen, and we call this. So first we qualify if there is a deal at all. You send the offer. If there is silence, you start like, hey, is this a priority for you? Are we gonna do this? What are the stuff? So if they're ghosting you, there is no deal. If they reply to you, but they're fuzzy and they don't tell you much, maybe there's no deal. And if the final thing you have to say about the deal is, literally, I sent this to one guy, and it was like, we can figure out the details later, but please let me know
if I should spend time on this, right?
You don't say it like this, but you say, please let me know if this is a priority for you right now. It's okay if it's not. just let me know. And you have to give them the right to say. And if they say, oh, this is a priority for me, next step is when. When is this a priority for you? Timeline, and you need a timeline. And the timeline has to be very, very specific. If you say, we need 60 days, you have to say 60 calendar days or 60 business days.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter which one it is. Both work for enterprise. They wouldn't even bat an eye for this thing.
Yeah.
But if you're not explicit, you're opening the door for another email, which is, do you mean calendar days or business days?
Yes.
Yeah. So Jeko is writing these super long emails, and in the beginning I was like, they're so long. Why is he doing this? Well, to close faster, you have to say every single thing that they might ask you for. And the more enterprise deals you're doing, the longer the emails, and you're making everything explicit from the get-go.
Yeah.
This is building more trust with them because you preempt all of the questions they have. They know you're a professional.
Yeah.
They know you have a good process. And yeah, so to go back, offer, qualify if there is a deal, then make the timeline explicit, then make every tiny detail explicit, sign the contract, get the money in the bank. And
then you have to have an infinite amount of time in your day. How many? This sounds like a very time-consuming process, right? So, like, how much of your time goes into that, right?
more than I can afford right now, but the truth is this is the number one priority. Yeah, I'm raising funds, but if I close 10 enterprise deals tomorrow, I don't need funds. Like the funds are coming from the clients. So always be closing, always be working for the enterprise clients. This is the flagship product. This is who we care for, and this is who we are gonna serve in the long run. So always my time is first for them and then for everybody else. And we just hired a full-time guy who has many years of 17 years of enterprise sales experience. Nice. And this makes a difference, like, because one wrong email and the enterprise still stops trusting you. Yeah. Final thing I wanted to say about the enterprise is I have realized, and my other mentors, like Emil Tsankov, who is advising us on AI agents a lot. Emil told me with enterprise there are many gates that you have to open, and you have do you have a good product? Do you have a stable product? Do you have a good sales process? Do you reply to emails properly? Do you know the enterprise sales language that is used? Do you offer trainings? Do you have this feature? Do you have this other thing? And are you compliant in this way? All of these are gates, and if you can open these gates very quickly, and with the online course we're opening the education gate, and I'm literally writing one line: we have an online course in the platform and we offer any other live courses you want. Some of them they don't care about it, but it is a checkbox that needs to be checked so you can move ahead with the deal. And what we've built in the last 1 year is we have opened pretty much all the gates from the get-go, and they come to us and they have nothing they can say about us that stops the deal or blocks the deal. And it becomes a process of timelines, and when are we gonna close, when are you gonna give us the money so we can do it. We have opened all the other gates, and we have done this before.
We currently have 1.5 million in the pipeline, right?
With us, this is the beauty of it. Enterprise sales, I get on the call, and many of them are not ready to buy. Some of them are in the very beginning. Sales process is between 6 and 9 months, and they come to me, and I tell them, listen, I know it's not the right time for you, but I'll give you the offer so you can benchmark it against every other thing on the market. I give them the offer. I also send them the chat-gpt adoption methodology that I've developed on top of my educational experience, scientific research, and so on. And I tell them, we know how your company can adopt AI, 100% private, we do everything, this is the pricing. Now, don't buy it now, but buy the cheap product. Because you need to test it before you commit. And the cheap product is $20 per month for a team. This is where it starts right now. Hopefully soon it's gonna be more.
It will be.
But it starts at and if you're an enterprise client who's gonna pay $5,000 per month, $10,000 per month, $20 is nothing. You are obliged to pay it before you make the decision.
Yep.
And I close them immediately during the call. I close them immediately. The first thing they do after the call, they buy the
Yeah,
product.
they sign up.
Yeah, they sign up. They start testing it because this is the key step in their process. So
Yeah.
they convert to the other one. Many
Yeah,
of
and
them.
that's how we planned it, right? We planned it as the self-serve product is kind of like the lead magnet for the enterprise
Exactly.
clients, and that is working. It's getting a lot of validation right now as a hypothesis because it started out as a hypothesis.
Yes. And
Yeah.
here, I don't want to sound condescending, but here what venture capitalists do not understand, and I have to explain it every time, is yes, there are many ideas out there that are building for enterprise, but we have a product which is working, they can test out,
Yeah.
and we build so much more trust in the enterprise than any product which is like book a demo with us and we're gonna explain you how we're amazing.
Yeah.
McKinsey, BCG, and the others, they are doing such products as well right now. But you have to go through, you know, the CEO talks to some, senior management consultant, and then they come up with this. Nobody has tested the product. Nobody has seen the product. Then there are presentations and stuff. It's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
If they come in, test the product, and do it. And this is why we're so well positioned for this right now.
Okay, so everything that we kind of talked about now, that's in retrospective, that's all the things that we have done, that's the baseline that we have built. We have, we have the funnel, we have everything. How is this going to change? Like, once we get funding, what is, or like, close 10 enterprise deals at the same time, what is the go to market strategy afterward? Like, where is this going to go?
So when you're getting external funding, you for a business like ours, you want to have a working growth engine already, and you want to fuel it with
Yeah.
more money. In our case, we have built several channels which are very, very, good, and they are performing already. We already mentioned, education-led growth through the course, sales, product-led growth through, self-service, SEO. The SEO is putting people in the funnel both for the course and for the SMB product and for the enterprise. People are signing up for the enterprise, then they're going signing up for SMB product, then they're going for enterprise. All of this is this funnel, which maybe when we edit this we can put the funnel and how it looks like. But we have built the full marketing funnel. We have many touch points already done, and what we need to do, we call it flywheel, this thing. You have the funnel, and then you start pouring people to the top of the funnel or at different stages, and this is how you build a profitable business.
Yeah.
What we have done in the last year is bit by bit we created every touch point we need to have for the business we are doing. And from here on, we need to add more people to the team, especially for the enterprise sales, because right now we're getting 10-15 people asking for the enterprise every day, and they want exactly this product, they're excited about it. I cannot handle so many people. And this is not the right approach, right? But I'm pre-qualifying them because I don't have time. And what we're gonna do with a lot of money, well, we'll have people handle all of this interest that we have, and it is the very beginning of this whole thing. In the next 2 years, every major company in the world will make decisions for the enterprise software that they will adopt for their work, enterprise AI software. As they say, the land is up for grabs. Fastest movers will get there. Fastest people to get to the enterprise, they'll get in the company and they'll stick for many years. If you have a good product and a good growth engine, the only thing you need is to pour a bit of money into the funnel, and it starts rotating on its own.
Another thing that I think we should have mentioned, but we didn't, and I'm just going to mention it as a wrap up, is all of what we have done so far, it has been mostly scrappy, mostly like we mentioned that it's growth hacky and all of those things. I wanted just to mention that our first marketing hire came in November, and that's a junior person. We're training her. She's doing great, but she's not yet a driver on her own. We now have another person who is starting that has a lot more experience. We have a CMO right now, but the thing is, we have built the basis of each team department that can grow from now on with the if we have the resources to start growing and to really push the individual channels that we now know work, and they feed into one another, right? So like that is, I feel like that's really important to mention as well. We have the baseline and we have validated that the funnel works. Now we need to pump each individual part,
Yeah,
right?
and we built the funnel without the people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, all of this was with me, you, a couple of other people,
Yeah.
fractionally doing a thing or two.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we're joining. Yeah, the team is now we have actual people working on the marketing, so I'm very excited about it. And yeah, we'll see what they do. I'm very excited.
Yeah, me too. Um, okay, I think that's a wrap up on this episode. We are There's a couple of other episodes you guys can tune in and hear about the team, because we mentioned that the team is growing right now. You can hear about the product, the vision, where we're going, what we're aiming for in like the next 10 years. That's going to be an interesting discussion. We're going to have visuals as well for that one. And yeah, thank you for joining.
Thank you.